Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video, this time for Loki taking on X5e in war number 2 of season 38. You can see Spider-Man 2099 is back, Anti-Venom is there just for the synergy, and Nimrod joins the squad for just one fight. So let's get started with that one Nimrod fight. Here I am on path 4 in section 1. This is the steady build-up Fury, which basically if you get 3 debuffs or more, it gives them a pretty decent passive Fury. It also has a long distance relationship and a heal block node. So Nimrod, I pop Power Start 1 just because with Nimrod I want to get to the special 2 as quickly as possible. I take a few hits, not intentionally, but we'll say it was. So here I am. I now have 10 of my Nimrod charges. I'm just going to throw the special 2 here. And you can see it's going to do a whole bunch. I was hopeful that this would just KO him outright. It did not. So now here he goes. He throws a special 2, and that's going to put him in his super fun rage mode. So at this point, I tried to intercept there just to, get it going a little bit more. But I didn't. I missed it, and then I throw a special 1 there. But because he's still in rage mode, he basically regens it all back. So I let rage mode fall off. And then it was a pretty easy fight from there, but it got a little scary for a second. Could have definitely went a lot smoother, got hit 8 times, but Nimrod's a tank, so he doesn't really care. But that'll be it for him. The rest of these fights are going to be with Spider-Man 2099, so I'm on path 6 here in Section 2, so I have this first shared fight of Dr. Doom on Power Snack, and then Prowess Unblockable, which doesn't really matter here because Doom doesn't get any Prowess. But the other thing is the Power Sting, so every time I get a bar of power, I get a Power Sting, so I can't just immediately throw specials. So Spider-Man 2099... very good for Dr. Doom, very good for Power Snacks. So I'm just trying to, let him... He's being very passive, which is very nice for Spider-Man 2099. He's sitting there holding block. So I'm just going in, hitting his block, trying to make sure that I dex appropriately so that I can keep the Wither up. So you can see there, nice big rupture detonate. So I'm trying to keep those up. At this point, I pushed him to a special 2 because I really thought that it was going to KO. It didn't. Now, I'm very comfortable with Dr. Doom's special 2, but I don't try to dex it there because, frankly, it just was not worth it. So I rather would take the potion, I do one more combo, KO Doom, and that's that. So not a bad fight at all with Spider-Man 2099. Like I said, I am on path 6 here in Section 2. So, again, Spider-Man 2099 going to go and take on Wong. So this fight, it makes his this node has a prowess where sure his special attack is going to go up, but that's really it. It also has return policy, but I don't believe Wong gets any actual buffs, so it's not really anything too crazy of a node. It's just a standard Wong fight. So the one thing that I want to keep in mind with Wong is if the fight goes on long enough, you see his mystical charges are counting up. He's at 38 right now. So if he gets above 90, I just need to make sure to throw a heavy if the fight lasts that long. But you can see Spider-Man just really nuking through the fight. I threw that special 1 just to make sure it KOs, and that was nothing special. So nice, easy fight. So next fight here is the next fight on the path. It's going to be Human Torch. So you can see here, because I fought Wong before that, it is going to start Torch with the basically the Wong cross fight, which gives them a burst of power and a passive Fury at the start. So I just want to keep that in mind. With Spider-Man 2099, I don't have to worry about the burst of power. Because the Wither debuff is going to make sure that he doesn't gain any power. But I do have to worry about the passive Fury, so I'm trying to be a little bit more cautious. I fought Human Torch last war as well. He was pretty aggressive when I fought him before. This one so far seems to be a little bit less so aggressive, which does allow me to hit the block a little bit more. After that start of the fight, I didn't really have to worry about the Wither in terms of power control. Obviously, you want the Wither up for a lot of reasons for Spider-Man 2099. It helps his combat. It allows you to hit their block and get ruptures. But you are going to see in classic me faction, I do let the Wither fall off. Which, again, not good. You definitely don't want to let the Wither fall off. The other thing about this node, though, is so you can see I do have he's got 1 smolder on him. That's because I actually blocked the first special 1. I didn't mean to. On this node, you want to be able to block the specials. But you can see Spider-Man 2099 just really made relatively short work of that fight. Tort's not the worst defender in the world. It's just, he's a defender who can snowball. But Spider-Man 2099 able to take it down with little real issue. Last fight for me here is going to be Mordo on this mini, which gives you a falter every time his buffs, and he also gets feats of vigilance, which gives him a buff, and Mordo gets a decent amount of buffs already. So again, going to be using Spider-Man 2099. Somebody did place a White Magneto pre-fight, so I can parry him, which is good. Really, the big thing for this is you want to make sure that you're looking at the buffs that he has to make sure that when they fall off, you then either heavy or throw a special attack. So he's about to have a Fury buff fall off. I throw the special attack, or I throw the heavy, connects. Now he's got a falter on him. So again, Spider-Man also, like I mentioned before, sick and tired. This time though, I lost track of it, so he had a buff fall off and I faltered. So that's what happens. If you're able to heavy or throw a special attack, then he falters. If you're not, then I falter. There you go. You can see again, I tried to heavy and I got faltered. Thankfully, I did pop an indestructible boost, and once again, I got faltered. So that did push me up to a special 3, which I don't really, Spider-Man 2099, he really does want to be at his special 2, but his special 3 does give him, it gives a slow debuff, which is going to be helpful, which I kind of forgot here, because he had I hit once and then backed off. As I was hitting, I was like, oh crap, I shouldn't be doing that, but then the slow debuff made sure that I was okay. So it was just, I needed to either pick one. But you can see here, Spider-Man 2099 able to do pretty well on this node despite me really not playing the best. So you can see at this point, though, I know his vigilance is going, so I'm going to throw the special, and it's enough to KO. So again, not the cleanest fight, but Spider-Man 2099 able to get it done despite my best efforts of getting hit 10 times. So that'll do it for me for this one. 5 fights in this war again, so that gets me to 10 for the season. No deaths as of yet, which is a nice change of pace, and my streak is up to 23. In terms of the war itself, we did drop this one. X5e played very well in this one, so good war to you guys. So that puts us at 1-1 on the season. Hopefully we can get back on the winning track with this next war. But thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.